Good afternoon, YouTube. Here we are back at the base of the hill with the geocache, and I think this week I might try going up the old forest road here. And there's a new geocache that's been placed up on Charcoal Road at the gate there. You can see the green highlighted geocache location. I'm at the blue dot there, and it says if I went straight, it's about 2/10 of a mile there. But I can't go straight. It's about 1.5 miles of bushwhacking to get there. Okay, making my way up through this first little meadow here. I think there was a building in here that they cleared out. And wow, there's a lot of downed trees. So I guess that snowstorm and wind that came through here really hit this area. It's just completely covered. You can see over here, just a giant pile of brush. Yeah, the tree below there was here every time I've come up, but this is a new one here. Nice fresh break there. Yeah, it's like a bomb went off up here. Look at all these trees, this whole area here. And then you get here. This is the road right here. There's a root ball. So that tree fell down this way, and that's this one right here. So it didn't break the trees off, it just pulled them out of the ground. I guess the soil was so wet, and then you get all the snow up in the canopy. Wet snow up there and wet ground, and all these trees just came over. Okay, that's where the old forest road is down there, and I came up this little side creek. I'll have to keep an eye on this spot. This might be pretty good after a really good rain. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had a decent rain up here, but there's quite a cascade here. It comes down there, and then there's a big boulder here that it drops off of. Drops down there, and then I'm standing on a really big boulder there. Yeah, I can't really see up in that little gully there. There's this big tree that fell down in there. But yeah, nice little stream coming down the side here. I think I'm going to try to drop down to that old road. It's between me and the old forest road. Okay, so the old forest road I was following is down there, and then I came up around here, went up that little creek up there, and then I came back down here around some fallen trees right there, and I hit this old road, and wow, look at this thing. It just goes up that way, just like pristine shape, just like the road on the other side of the hill is this way. Just absolutely perfect condition. Yeah, so this road doesn't go all that far according to the hillshade map, so maybe I'll just head down here and see where it goes. Okay, yeah, I came around the corner here. I'm right on the edge of my hillshade map, and it shows the road coming up here, and then there's a faint little extension, which I think I can see on the other side, but that is really steep down there. Like I said, I'm right on the edge of my hillshade map. It shows like a little hook like that, and then it disappears. So that would be a lot of work just to get over on top of that tree there. I mean, this was a significant road. I mean, they put some work into it. It had a road cut and fill. You could probably bring a horse and wagon or a Caterpillar tractor, something up here. I mean, this was a substantial road. So yeah, another road to explore. So yeah, I think I'll head back that way, and we'll see if we can get back to the old forest road. Huge bunch of downed trees here right where the old forest road was washed out. That's as far as I came up in January, and there were some trees down then, but I've had to come way the heck up the side of the canyon here until I could get under some of these. I finally got under it up there. So now I've got to work my way back down, because I think the road is way down there. Let's see if we can go down to the little creek here without falling. Yeah, there's a lot of rock up here. You can see there's a big boulder right in there, a bunch of big boulders. Little cascade coming down. Okay, yeah, here's the old road. That's where it's like really steep, like 50% gradient coming out of this creek crossing. Okay, making my way up the steep part here. Yeah, I've been following some tracks. Somebody's been up here recently. You can see there's tracks up through here, and every time I get to one of these downed trees, I kind of look for this guy's tracks. So I figure he made it through. Okay, yeah, I made it around this bunch of downed trees that was on the steep part and got around, came back up to the road here, and it's like, wow, hey, it's clear again. And then, boom, you run into this. Okay, I think that tree was down the first time I came up here. I think I came up around this way, but now there's a tree down over there, so you have to come up here over the down tree, and looks like one of these trees must have broken off, fallen down, and then that took down all the trees below. You could just see all the way down to the creek bottom there. It's just broken wood. But yeah, this should be the last push here, up here, and then right about where the daylight is, that's the saddle where you meet up with the road from Charcoal Road. Okay, yeah, the last stretch of this old forest road is pretty much like it was, except for this one tree that broke right there. Looks like it broke out of this bunch of bay laurels there. Oh, that's where it broke. You can see that branch right there. I think these were the trees they were taking out of here for charcoal. If you follow this up, you go up to Charcoal Road, and I think they had some charcoal kilns on the top of Table Mountain, and I believe they were probably taking trees like this. And the reason you have, like here, a group of 3, or it looks like there was even a 4th one, they cut down the tree, hauled it out of here, and then out of the root, you had 3 or 4 trees sprout up. And you see these trees all over the place. There's another one right up there, a bunch. Like right here is another one. So I think these are all the trees they were logging for charcoal. So like they didn't touch the big redwood trees because they probably weren't very good for making charcoal with, being a softwood. They were probably going more for these hardwood trees. And you see a lot of these multiple trunk trees all over the place. And these are all probably 120, 150 years old, because they were all probably cut down and then out of the stump from the old tree. All of a sudden you get 3, 4, 5, 6 shoots taken off, and then you have a new tree growing. Yeah, and you can see one right up here, a massive bunch. So I think those were the trees they were hauling out of here to make charcoal with, because this road and this road, if you go up there, like I said, about another 1/3 of a mile, you hit Charcoal Road, and then Charcoal Road goes up here on top of Table Mountain. They were probably making charcoal up there and then hauling the charcoal down south, maybe to the Almaden Quicksilver mines. Here's the road that heads down to the GeoCache. I think I will go back that way. I know how to get down there. I don't think I want to go back down this way. This was pretty miserable, and I did 1 mile coming up here, and normally it's 0.3 if you just follow the road. I put on almost 3/4 of a mile, or better than a kilometer, of just up and down and up and down, trying to figure out how to get around all these down trees. This used to be the direct shot up here. You could get up here in 20 minutes. This time it took me 1 hour and 20 minutes. So 1 hour longer and another kilometer. Now granted, I did go up that short section of that old road over there, but that was about 15 minutes I think I spent over there. I don't have enough time today. It's 20 till 6. 6 o'clock was going to be my turnaround time. So I mean, I could go up here for 20 minutes and then turn around and go back down. This part is really pretty up here. In fact, I guess we could walk up that way. There's like one down tree right here. Break my way through, and then there's the road that goes up to the GeoCache hill. So yeah, maybe I'll pop up to the geocache and have a little snack there before I head down the hill. Yeah, this is a real incredible oak tree up here on top of the hill. I can see why the guy was building his cabin up here. This was a really nice place, and the view, you can just see down the canyon. Cut stones over here, all the polished monument stones. Oh, and I see the geocache is still here. Go check out the view over here. See, like here's a multiple trunk oak tree down here. That's probably another tree that was cut for charcoal. The original stump was in the middle, and then you had 4 shoots grow up into full-size trees. So those trees have all grown up since that original tree in the middle there was cut down. Yeah, you can see how this was a tree right here, a tree stump that was cut down. And that's probably some remnants of the old stump. And then you had 4 big oak trees grow up out of there. So yeah, I think that's what they were doing up here, because they were logging up here, but it wasn't for lumber, it was for charcoal. And they were taking down all the hardwood trees. And then in the 150 years since they logged this, all these trees have grown back. And these would grow pretty fast because they already had an established root system. And they had a big clearing here because there used to be a big tree here. That's, I think, what was going on up here with the logging. As you see this sort of thing all over up here. There's these multi-trunked oak trees. There's bay laurels. That's most of them. So those were probably the best wood for making charcoal with. Well, I was up here last week, and then last time was the day before Halloween. Yeah, it's a nice warm day today. It's about 70 degrees. Last week it was 45 up here. It was freezing cold. Yeah, I'm going to sign off here, have a little break up on the top, and I'll just bomb back down the hill, get on the bike, and I'll be home for dinner. So hope you enjoyed that. And as always, thanks for watching.